Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought it would be nice to sort of going through a very old art wall and see which item 1 year plus later I actually end up using it, and which one I just disregard. So without further ado, let's start. This haul was done in December 2022, so it's been a good 1.5 years now, and not all the items are here, and I will explain once we get in there. So let's start. Let's start with this Luminance pencil. After 1.5 years, did I use them? Did I enjoy using them? This was my first time using them, buying them, and I picked these 4 colors, which are Indian yellow, chromium oxide green, quinacridone purple, and ice blue. I did enjoy using them a lot. It's definitely time to give them a sharpen, and pencil is not my main medium, so I think actually those pencils will last me a lifetime, but it tend to be my pencil of choice when I decide to use pencil, and I'm slowly filling up the gap and buying more of these because I would like to finish my collection, but very slowly, because they do come with a price tag, even if they totally worth the money. And I end up also buying this russet, this French gray, and this warm earth. I have to say probably this warm earth, russet, and this oxide green are my absolute favorites so far, but there are still so many colors to buy and enjoy. So this was definitely a good purchase, even if I said it's not my favorite medium, so I'm not using them on a daily basis, but I'm definitely using them quite a bit. And now it comes to this Neocolor. These are the Neocolor 1, so the one that are not water soluble. At the time, I just bought these 3. They was also my first purchase. And we have this phthalo green, burnt sienna, and bronze color. I love them. I love using them. For mark making, they are absolutely amazing. They are beautiful, and I love them as much as oil pastel, but they have the advantage of not being messy. And my favorite of these 3 definitely are the bronze and this phthalo green. I use them a lot, and I also aim to fill up the collection, and I end up buying a few more of those during the year. And so far what I got are the white color, salmon color, this is a beautiful color, dark gold, olive, and this also is amazing. And we have this white, as I said. There's still many colors to fill up my collection, but I'm going very slowly. These 2 have been a good purchase, and I've been using them a lot. There was a lot of acrylic. First is this burnt sienna from the Studio Grade Galleria of Winsor & Newton, and the reason why I purchased this one is to use it as background for canvas as underpainting, and so I wasn't looking for a good quality one. Compared to their professional line, this is definitely a bit more runny, I would say. Instead, the professional line is a bit more creamier. But I don't mind. I prefer a heavy body, but in this case I don't mind because it's for underpainting, and it's actually cover a bigger area and is running smoothly on the canvas. So this was definitely a good purchase that I didn't regret, and still plenty of life in it, because unfortunately this year I didn't get to paint as much because the family grew and the time got very, very minimal. Let's go to these two Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolor. I purchased the landscape and the portrait set, and I actually changed them a little bit. So this is all Cotman. Sorry, just the other day my baby was playing with it, and yeah, it got a bit mixed, but there were 8 in it plus 4 empty space. So I decided to turn this Cotman Winsor & Newton in my preferred travel set, and it's actually very, very handy, and I love it. It has a good mixing space, and it's good for travel, and it's also good quality. And I put the 2 sets together in here. There was 4 more left out. There was a couple of duplicate and a couple of color that I didn't feel like they were essential. So what I did, I actually put them in my everyday watercolor palette, and I actually want to show you something that I'm a little bit disappointed. I said that I was 1 month in holiday, and look what happened. My fault, I did put the palette resting on the side, but I never had anything running out of the pan on me. Never happened. This was Roman Small Chromium Green Oxide, which is actually a color that I love, and it all pour out to the side and all here in the gap. There is very little left, and I'm very, very upset. I learned my lesson. I won't be putting anything, my palette, watercolor palette, on the side anymore. But I was really shocked. I do have also the Roman Small, and none of them leak out so badly like this Chromium Green Oxide. Let me know, guys, if it ever happened to you, and I will try to use it as much as possible, and yeah, scrape it and use it. But yeah, a little bit of a disappointment back from holiday. But here from Winsor & Newton, I have the cadmium yellow, and I have the yellow ochre, and I should have a couple more. I have the burnt sienna, I believe to be this one, and the burnt umber, burnt sienna and burnt umber. So they get used on my everyday watercolor. So what I did with this other palette is to put my big jelly gouache, Himi jelly gouache, in here, so I could actually use it not just for travel, but also as a very easy way on my day-to-day painting, without have to grab the very, very big box, because it's quite uncomfortable to put that on the side. I don't have a big desk in space, so this is actually very, very handy. It tends to dry out quicker, so I have to add water all the time, but it works really, really well. So I'm using this a lot. This when I travel, only this in both cases, but very good purchase. I did purchase this graphic cube from Carandash, I think 719. I think this was the green shade. I did mention one in the past. I feel conflicted about this because I really, really like the idea, behind this graph cube. I love the shape, I love how fancy it feels, I love how unique it is. I do love the freedom that it gives me, like I can use it like this, or I can just make a mark, but it's very, very pale. So I love to have a little bit more intensity in my mark making, so these will definitely get lost in my painting. I will use it in the future because I just like the freedom of movement and what I can do with it. But there is a problem of intensity, which is lacking of. So I use it, but not that much, and it's not my first choice at the moment. So it's more, I like the idea more than the actual execution. I leave the pad for later. I had this Uniball Sino. I use it a ton as well, especially in the beginning when I start to do mixed media. But yeah, then I think I just got heavy-handed with my mixed media, using a lot of oil pastel and acrylic. So this pen becomes kind of useless. I'm too heavy and I need something more intense and opaque, and this pen just won't be working on the type of work that I'm doing. But I'm still using, if I do just a quick sketch or something lighter, using watercolor, for example. So it's very useful. It did work very, very well, and I use it a bunch, especially in the beginning. I want to talk about this acrylic. I bought a set of primary acrylic from Jackson brand. This is their studio acrylic, which means is the student grade, but they are wonderful. They're wonderful. I got a yellow, red, blue, black and white just to try, but not just the amount is huge. I don't know how much it actually is, 200 ml. It's big, there is a good amount, but it's actually very, very creamy, which is how I like my, you can see, is how I like my acrylic. It's not runny, it's nice and thick, it's a beautiful, beautiful consistency. So they perform very well, they are really good quality, and honestly they are more than worth the money that I pay for. And yeah, definitely advice. I love them, and I'm using them quite a bit. I have other acrylic, of course, but I love them. Speaking of acrylic, there is also an Artisa set on that haul, which is not with me because that became my travel acrylic set. I'm from Italy, and every time I go to Italy, I actually spend an entire month, and stay 1 month without acrylic, it didn't feel good for me. So I decided to use that Artisa set to bring it to Italy and leave it there, and every time I'm going there, I will use that acrylic if I want to do acrylic. I bought a few soft pastel from Jackson. Actually, they're just a few. I should have some more. I should buy some more because, let me explain. I use soft pastel not on their own, but as part of my mixed media journey. Especially, I love to use watercolor and soft pastel together. I feel like they are an incredible combo. They work super well. So I'm not using up a bunch of oil pastel, so it's actually very little that I'm using in this way. But these Jackson, these are handmade, and they are absolutely stunning. I'm sorry, my nail is broken. I'm ashamed of showing you, but that's how we're rolling today. I bought just this color. They are lovely, they are vibrant, and now that I'm using it with mixed media, I actually would like to have more of this Jackson soft pastel and yeah, have the entire set. I'm using mainly another soft pastel at the moment. It's just a budget-friendly one, and because I'm using on my sketchbook just for myself, and sometimes it doesn't feel right to have some expensive product. These are not even that expensive, but these are beautiful, and I definitely want to have an entire collection. And probably this is the only soft pastel brand I will have, because as I said, I'm not using them too much to justify having a tons of soft pastel. As pads, I had these two. I have a canvas pad, loving it. I loved it so much that I went ahead and I bought a big A3 side. But actually I realized that on the big A3 I get too tight in my painting. It's like I have an expectation on me. So I decided for now to just stick into the small one. I do have still a few pages left. I never finished this one, and then I have 4 more left. 5. So I'm nearly halfway. It just didn't have time to be so conscious while painting at the moment. I've been working more intuitively because just life got crazy this year. I know next year it will look absolutely different, my artwork. But this year I'm just using art as a way to relax my mind and don't think too much of the daily life craziness. Then we have this pastel pad from Jackson. This is also from Jackson. Loving it. I love the texture of the canvas. It's just so good. This pastel pad, this is assorted color and is an A5. I do not like it. I don't like it. I don't like work in pastel on it. It's just, it doesn't feel good enough. I realize I don't like to work on the dark paper. I cannot get the vibrancy that I enjoy getting. It's also the paper. I would rather have a more rough texture. Instead, this has a little bit of texture, but not much, and it should be exactly for the pastel. And yeah, this one, Jackson, I love their product, but this one, no. There are a couple more things that I don't have here in front of me, and one is a series of canvas, different size, also from Arteza. I used just a couple of those, and then I had to step away from painting on canvas for a time restraint. They still wrap, apart from one that is taking a lot of dust, unfortunately, but all the other one are wrapped and protected, and when I'm able to go back to my canvas, I will using them, and no problem with them. I actually enjoy using them. I use just a couple. And then I had a series of wood panel, like round wood panel. It was I saw a lot of artists doing, and it was very inspiring, and personally I love painting on wood, but I do have them still, and they are stored under the bed, so I didn't want to bother to take them out from the bed. The problem that I have is because they are a bunch, it just feels like I cannot just use it as my sketchbook. I need to be conscious what I'm doing with them. It should be like a series of painting with a theme in mind. It should be something that is more committed than just some intuitive, expressive art that I'm doing right now. So I ended up just storing it away and not painting, not even one of it. If you guys have any idea of what should I do with that, I don't want to give it away because I love painting on wood and I know I want to use them. It's more, I asking more about some idea of a theme, or you think it's okay to do just some intuitive work on them. I don't know, but I think that was the last item of that haul. The haul is been linked down in the description if you want to go and have a look. It was December 2022, and let me know if you enjoy this type of video where we get to revisit old our supply and see what actually happened after 1 year, because you see the content creator buying those supply and showing to you, but is he actually using it and what happened after a while? Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.